The fire has burned low in the hearth now. Asterisk only the warm glow of embers remains. Painting sleepy patterns on the wooden floor, Tolan tucks his lute into its worn cloth wrap. Beside him, Mira flutters down from her perch and nestles against the curve of his neck, feathers fluffed, her tiny eyes half closed. Asterisk the room has gone quiet, blanketed in a peace so deep. Even the creak of the floorboards seems respectful. Asterisk upstairs. The innkeeper has offered him the loft, room small and slanted with a view of the lake. Asterisk Tolan climbs the narrow steps slowly, letting his hand trail against the stone wall for balance. The door opens with a gentle sigh. Inside, there is a straw mattress laid beneath a window, and a quilt stitched with faded stars. Asterisk the wind outside rustles through the reeds near the lake, whispering like an old lullaby carried far from home. Asterisk he lays down with a quiet exhale, one hand resting on Myra, who has already settled on the wooden sill. Asterisk outside, a pale moon rests just above the treetops. Asterisk and as sleep begins to settle over him like a soft woolen shawl, the magpie begins to sing. It is not a loud song, not meant to impress or announce. Asterisk, just a low, quiet trill, like water moving beneath ice. Asterisk she mimics his lullaby from earlier, but slower now, drawn out and ethereal, and with it comes a dream. He finds himself walking barefoot through a silver wood. Asterisk the leaves above him are dappled with starlight. Asterisk moss cushions each step, and somewhere nearby, an unseen stream flows with a steady hush. The air smells of lavender and old paper, and perched ahead, on a crooked branch, Myra waits only now. She is larger, cloaked in twilight itself, eyes glowing faintly like two tiny moons. When she sings again, it is with words. The road winds ever onward, asterisk past stone and field and sea. But even in the quiet dark, your song returns to me. Asterisk Tolan reaches toward her in the dream. Asterisk, but just as his fingers brush her feathers, the scene melts away into warmth, and sunlight creeps across the floorboards. Morning. The scent of fresh bread wafts up from the kitchen below. Asterisk and Mira stirs, fluttering once, then blinking toward the window. A new day. Tolan rises and stretches, rubbing the sleep from his eyes. Asterisk he opens the window slowly, and the breeze greets him with the smell of damp earth and flowering time. Asterisk far off. The village stirs, awake roosters crow, wooden carts creak, and someone hums a work tune with a voice like worn wool. Asterisk, Tolan, and Mira eat their breakfast quietly beneath the old oak by the well, a heel of bread, a wedge of cheese, and 2 soft-boiled eggs, one of which Myra steals in a blur of feathers. He doesn't mind, she's earned it. They set out before the sun is high. Asterisk. Their path takes them through open fields dotted with sheep, past stone walls stitched together by time and lichen, and then into the shaded arms of the woodlands beyond. Stillwater. Asterisk their next destination lies several days' journey to the Southend ancient abbey, nestled deep in a moss-covered forest. Candlemere, it is called, home to monks who preserve not just scripture, but song. Asterisk it is said that in Candlemere's great library, melodies are transcribed by candlelight, written not in words, but in runes of sound. Asterisk and that the Abbatan old man known as Father Elric remembers songs so ancient, even the stars have forgotten them. Tolan has heard of him many times before, but now, a tug in his heart tells him the time has come to seek him. Asterisk, as they walk, Tolan hums softly snippets of tunes collected from faraway inns, dusty crossroads, crumbling towers. Asterisk Myra mimics each one in turn, storing them like treasures in her curious mind, and all the while, the forest listens. They say, in older days, before ink was common, some minstrels would etch their songs into bark, believing that trees could remember. Asterisk that the roots carried melodies downward, where the earth stored them like secrets. Asterisk Tolan reaches out and lets his fingers trail along the bark of an ash tree as they pass. Asterisk the surface is rough, but beneath, he feels something alive, old. He hums a single note, low, and for a moment the wind answers, not with a tune, but with silence, the kind of deep stillness that holds meaning. That night, they sleep beneath a canopy of hawthorn. Asterisk Tolan spreads a wool blanket on the forest floor, and Mira curls into the crook of his arm. Asterisk above them. The sky sparkles with 1,000 distant suns, and the forest hums with life crickets owls. The occasional flutter of a bat's wings. Asterisk Tolan speaks softly to Mira, before drifting off. Asterisk, do you remember the song from Kester's Hollow? The one the weaver's boy sang when the storm rolled in? Asterisk Mira tilts her head, then lets out a low, warbling whistle. That's the one. A perfect recollection. Asterisk Tolan chuckles softly, barely above a breath. Asterisk, you remember more than I ever could. The following morning, the trees thin. Ahead lies a wide glade of tall grass, swaying like sea waves beneath the sun. Asterisk, and beyond it, half hidden behind ivy and age, stands Candlemere Abbey. Asterisk, its stone walls are pale with time, softened at the corners, blanketed in moss and memory. Asterisk vines curl around the old bell tower, and the stained glass windows gleam faintly beneath dust. Asterisk, there is a peace here, the kind that settles into your bones. A monk greets them with a candle in hand, nodding once before turning to lead them through arched hallways, lit only by filtered sun and flickering flame. Asterisk, no one speaks here during daylight hours. It is the vow of the abbey, a tradition old as the stone itself. Asterisk, only when the final bell tolls at dusk do voices return. Asterisk, and when they do, they come softly, like bird song at first light. Asterisk, Father Elric sits by a fire in the main hall, draped in robes the color of driftwood, his white beard resting on his chest. Asterisk, his eyes are deep and warm, and when he sees Myra, they crinkle with delight. Asterisk, a feathered muse, he says quietly, reaching out a hand. Asterisk, and a familiar face, though we've never met. Tolan bows respectfully. I've come seeking the song of the sealed gate, he says. One I heard only once. Years ago, a boy sang it in the storm, and I've never been able to forget the way the air changed around us. Elric nods slowly. That is an old song, older than the abbey itself. A melody not meant to entertain, but to protect. Some music opens doors, some closes them. He lifts an old harp strung with horsehair and stained with age, then plays 3 notes, no more. Mira sings them back. Perfect, clear. Talon's heart tightens. Asterisk. It is the song, the one from the weaver's boy, the one from his dream. Elric smiles faintly. She remembers asterisk, and the fire crackles quietly between them, as the sky outside turns deep blue, then black, then full of stars.